Hello and welcome to this lesson on capacity, mass, time and money. In measuring items or quantities, we normally use an SI unit or other units that relate to that SI unit. In this lesson, we are going to consider capacity, we are going to consider mass, time and money, and see how we can measure them and also carry out various operations on them. We start with capacity. Capacity refers to the amount of substance that is held in a container. Sometimes people like to refer to it as the volume. For example, if I have this water bottle, I can say the capacity of the water bottle is 1.5 liters. So if I fill the bottle, I can measure it up to an extent using the liters. The metric unit of capacity in terms of liquid is what we call the liter. Other forms of the liter measurement are milliliters, which is denoted by ml, centiliters, and kiloliters. Let's look at how these breakdowns relate to the actual SI unit, which is the liter. 100 milliliters is equivalent to 1 liter. 0.001 kiloliters is equivalent to 1 liter. Let's look at how we record capacities. To record capacity, we normally use the liter, and if there is any remaining quantity that is not up to that capacity, which is the liter, we write a sub-capacity. For example, using the milliliter. Let's look at a few examples. If I have 3 liters, 874 milliliters. This means I have 3 full liters and then there are some that is left which we can measure using the lower unit, which is the milliliter. Note that if the sub unit, which is the milliliter, hits 100, we have to transfer the value to the actual standard form, which is the liter. Let's look at a few more examples. We have 3 liters and then 999 milliliters. Note that the sub one has not hit 1000 yet, so we are recording it in the lower unit. However, if we have 3 liters and we have 1000 milliliters, we do not write it like this, but rather we write it as 4 liters because we are going to convert the 1000 milliliters into 1 liter. So 1 liter plus 3 liters will give us 4 liters. So assuming we had 3 liters, 1200 milliliters, it means we are going to take 1000 from the 1200 and make it 1 liter and carry it to the 3 liter to become 4 liters. But we will be left with 200 milliliters. So we do not write this way, but rather we write it as 4 liters, 200 milliliters. Let's look at how we can add capacities. We have been asked to find the sum of 7 liters, 452 milliliters being added to 3 liters, 126 milliliters. We can rewrite this by aligning them vertically and bringing the plus sign before we do our computation. When we work this out, we will have 10,578. That means we have 10 liters and then we have 578 milliliters. Let's do another one. This time we have 7 liters, 952 milliliters. And we have 8 liters, 426 milliliters. Once again, we align them vertically so that we can solve them very easily. You see that based on the addition, we are going to carry 1 to the liter side to give us 16 full liters. So we are going to have 16 liters, 378 milliliters. Very easy, right? We can also subtract them. Let's assume we have been asked to subtract 7 liters, 952 milliliters from 8 liters, 426 milliliters. We once again align them vertically. Note that the one with the 8 liters has been written at the top because the question says we should subtract the 7 liters 952 milliliters from the one with the 8. So we write the 8 at the top, bring our minus sign, and then bring the one with the 7 liters down. We solve for this and we will have 474. Since this is not equivalent to at least 1000 milliliters, we are just going to write this using the lower unit, which is 474 milliliters. Let's do another subtraction to end that of capacity. We have been asked to subtract 2 liters 126 milliliters from 9 liters 716 milliliters. This time again, we are going to realign this vertically with the one with the 9 liters on top, because we are subtracting the 2 liters from it. When we work this out, we will have 7,590. This means we have 7 full liters and 590 as the lower unit. We are now going to shift our attention on mass. Mass refers to the amount of substance that makes up an object. For example, if we have this piece of stone, we refer to all the matter within the piece of stone. To measure mass, we use the metric unit of kilogram. There are other forms such as gram and milligram. Let's look at the relation between kilogram and these other forms. 1000 grams is equivalent to 1 kilogram, and 1 million milligrams will make up 1 kilogram. Let's look at how we can record masses. As we have seen that there is a standard unit, which is a kilogram, we also have several divisions, which is gram and milligram. So we can use the standard one together with the lower one to help us record our masses. For example, I can have 2 kilograms and 117 grams. This means I have 2 full kilograms, but since the 117 does not reach the full kilogram, I have to write it in the lower unit. I can also have 2 kilograms and then 999 grams. Remember, we said that 1000 grams makes up 1 kilogram. So when we have 2 kilograms and then 1000 grams, we do not write it like this, but rather we convert the 1000 grams into 1 kilogram and add it to the 2 full kilograms, which will give us 3 kilograms. If we have 2 kilograms and then 1300 grams, we have to keep the 2 kilograms and then we will convert this to 3 kilograms 300 grams, because the 300 grams does not reach 1000 yet. We can add masses just like we did for capacities. For instance, in this example, we've been asked to add 1 kilogram 365 grams to 4 kilograms and 26 grams. To solve this, we simply align these and then add them as we normally do in our long additions. When we work this out, we will have 5,391. This means we have 5 full kilograms and then 391 sub-units, which is the grams. Let's add the second one. We have 7 kilograms 100 grams being added to 4 kilograms 983 grams. We can align these as we just did, and then we solve for it. This will give us 12,083. This means we have 12 full kilograms and then 83 grams. We can also subtract masses. We have been asked to subtract 2 kilograms 295 grams from 6 kilograms 112 grams. To do this, we can once again align this vertically and do the subtraction. This will give us 3,817. That means we have 3 full kilograms and 817 grams. Let's solve another one. We've been asked to subtract 194 grams only from 5 kilograms 753 grams. To do this, we once again align this. This time we only have 194 grams being subtracted. It is not yet a full kilogram. When we subtract, we will have 5,559 as our answer. So we will have 5 kilograms and then 559 grams. Let's now move on to time. Time refers to a recorded moment in the past, present, or even future. We may also use time to refer to a duration of an event that is happening or has happened. For example, we may have this alarm clock which hits 7 o'clock to indicate the time that you have to leave for school. For time, we can use the seconds as the standard unit of measurement. We can also have various other forms, such as minutes, which refers to 60 seconds. We can have hours, which refers to 60 minutes or 60 by 60 seconds. We can also have day, which refers to 24 hours. We can have week, which refers to 7 days. We can have month, which refers to 4 weeks. We can have year, which refers to 12 months. Recording time can also be done using one or more of the units. We can decide to only record the time in one unit, for example, 5 seconds or 10 minutes or 5 minutes. We can also decide to combine 2 units. For example, I can say it is 5 hours 4 minutes, or I can say it is 5 minutes 4 seconds. But let's look at a few examples of this. Let's assume I have 4 hours and 38 minutes. I can also have 4 hours and 59 minutes. But when the minute hits 60, we do not write it. We have to convert the 60 minutes into 1 and carry it to the hours side. For example, if I have 4 hours and 60 minutes, we do not write it this way. We have to convert the 60 minutes to 1 hour and add it to the 4 hours to become 5 hours. If I have 4 hours and 61 minutes, I'll take 60 minutes from the 61 minutes and convert it to 1 hour and add it to the 4 hours to become 5 hours. Then I'm still left with 1 minute. So this will become 5 hours 1 minute. We have been asked to add 8 hours and 32 minutes to 9 hours 56 minutes. To make it easier for us to compute, we can list this vertically and work it out. Note that the ones on the left represent the hours and the ones on the right represent the minutes. So when we solve the minutes separately, we are going to get 88 minutes, and when we solve the hours separately, we are going to get 17 hours. Note that 60 minutes make 1 hour, but we have 88 minutes, which has gone over the 60. So we need to convert this 88 minutes into hours and minutes. So 88 here will become 1 hour 28 minutes. In other words, it becomes 60 minutes and then we add it to 28 minutes to give us the 88. So in effect, we have broken this down and we are going to consider it with the 17 hours. So we are going to take 17 hours and add it to the 1 hour, and then we also record the 28 minutes. So the total will give us 17 hours and 28 minutes as our answer. We've also been asked to subtract 2 hours 57 minutes from 11 hours 34 minutes. Subtraction can be a little tricky. We can decide to work the hours separately and then the minutes separately. The minutes at the top are lower than the minutes down. That is, 34 is less than 57. So what we do is to borrow 1 from the 11 hours. When we borrow 1, we are left with 10 hours. Any hour we borrow becomes 60 minutes on the other side, because we are working with minutes on the right hand side. So in effect, we will have 60 plus 34. That gives us 94. So the 94, when we subtract 57 from it, will give us 37. And on the other side, we are left with 10 minus 2 hours, which will give us 8. We now move on to the last part of this lesson, which refers to money. Money is a medium for which we pay for goods and services that have been rendered. To measure money, we use what we call currency. Every country has its own unique currency, but some countries share common currencies. These are a few common currencies that we have around. In Ghana, we use the Ghana cedi. In Nigeria, we use the naira. In most European countries, we use the euro. In the United Kingdom, we use the pound sterling. And in the United States, we use the dollar. In most countries, there is a second lower currency that is used to denote lower quantities. For example, in Ghana, we have the cedi as the major currency, but we also have another currency called the pesewa, which refers to the lower denominations of the cedi. In Nigeria, we have the kobo, which is the lower currency. Most of the times, 100 of the lower currency will make up one of the major currency. For example, in Ghana, 100 pesos is equivalent to 1 Ghana cedi. Currency denominations refers to different values or amounts of monies that we use in a country. Denominations have separate values, and these can be seen on the notes and the coins. In Ghana, for instance, the note denomination includes 1 Ghana cedi, 2 Ghana cedis, 5 Ghana cedis, 10 Ghana cedis, 20 Ghana cedis, and 50 Ghana cedis. There are also coins that are used. In Ghana, we have 1 pesewa, 5 pesos, 10 pesos, 20 pesos, 50 pesos, and we also have the 1 Ghana cedi coin. We have mentioned that in most countries, we use a major currency and then a minor currency. So in recording money, we can decide to use a bit of both. For example, if I have 20 Ghana cedis, 34 pesos, it is written as 20.34 with the currency sign at the front. I can also have 20.99. However, if the minor currency hits 100, we have to convert it into one of the major currency and append it to it. For example, if I have 20 Ghana cedis, which is the major currency, and 100 Ghana pesos, I have to convert the 100 Ghana pesos to 1 Ghana cedi and add it to the 20 Ghana cedis, and this will give me 21 Ghana cedis. If I have 20 Ghana cedis and then 157 Ghana pesos, I can convert this and I will have 21 Ghana cedis, 57 pesos, because 100 has been taken from the Ghana pesos and converted into 1 and added to the 20 Ghana cedis to become 21. We are also left with 57 that has not yet reached 100. Adding money is very simple. We just align the monies involved in a vertical manner and then add them directly. For example, in this question, we are adding 13.63 to 17.94, and this will give us 31.57, which we can write as 31.57 Ghana cedis to conform with the question's currency. For the second part, we have been asked to subtract 2.97 from 107.44 Ghana cedis. Once again, we write this in a vertical manner and then work it out. We will arrive at 104.47. This means our answer is 104.47 Ghana cedis. Let's look at a more complex question involving money. In this question, we have been told that Mary bought 5 books for 80 Ghana pesos each, and she also bought 5 pencils for 30 Ghana pesos each. We have been asked to find how much she used to purchase these items. The cost of each book is 80 Ghana pesos, and the number of books she bought is 5. So to find the total cost of books, we multiply 80 Ghana pesos by 5, and this will give us 400 Ghana pesos, which is the same as 4 Ghana cedis, because every 100 Ghana pesos refers to 1 Ghana cedi. The cost of each pencil is 30 Ghana pesos, and she bought a total of 5. The total cost she used on the pencils is 30 Ghana pesos times 5, which is equivalent to 150 Ghana pesos. This can also be written as 1.5 Ghana cedis. To find the total amount, we have to add the cost of the books to the cost of the pencils. The cost of the book is 4 cedis, and the cost of the pencils is 1.5 cedis. So this will give us a total of 5.5 Ghana cedis as the amount she spent on the pencils and the books. In this last example, we have been told that John was given 9 5 Ghana cedi notes and 13 2 Ghana cedi notes. We have been asked to find how much he has in total. The total number of 5 Ghana cedi notes is 9. So the total amount he has based on the 5 Ghana cedi notes is 9 times 5 Ghana cedis, which gives us 45 Ghana cedis. We were also told that he had 13 2 Ghana cedi notes. So to find the total amount based on the 2 cedi notes, we multiply the 13 by the 2 Ghana cedis, and this will give us 26 Ghana cedis. To find the total amount he had in all, we add the amount based on the 5 Ghana cedis to the total amount based on the 2 Ghana cedis. That means we will add the 45 Ghana cedis to the 26 Ghana cedis, and this will give us 71 Ghana cedis as the total amount he had in his pocket. This brings us to the end of our lesson on capacity, mass, time, and money. I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye for now.